Okay, I'm gonna tell something today about personal branding. So you are already there. You are the I brand. So if you don't have a job, or you're looking for a job, and you don't have any experience, the only thing you got is you. You are a brand. And people want you because you're special. And you are unique. You are the only one. Unless you have a twin brother or a twin sister. Nobody? Good. So you're unique. Right? That is important to know. This is your... you are your advertorial. You are your YouTube in life. You are YouTubing all the time. Is this clear? Good. Oh. I'm going to explain something about myself first. But maybe you need to tell something or not? No? Yeah? Okay. I'm going to first explain something about myself. Right? If you Google yourself, put in your own name, like Shara or Francesca. You put it in Google with your last name. You see who you are on the internet. Then you see what your personal brand is. You see yourself. Or not, you're not there. If I put my name on Google, I don't know if you see it, you see football. And you see a little bit of me doing my job. But I wanted to be a professional football player. Well, I was not that good. So, and now I have my own football club on the University of Leiden. So, to make a long story short, is that my dream was to become a professional football player. But because I was not good enough, I tried to study and work, and now I sort of made my dream come true by founding a football club, which was called Football Factory. It's called Football Factory. So I think that you have to find ways by getting to know yourself first to make sure where you are going. This is pretty important. I'm going to do a practice by doing just now, but you can follow me on Twitter, on Dutch Foundation, and on my Twitter account, Pieter Van Schie. But, do we have Twitter? Nobody? Okay, that's good, because we have an assignment. Okay. And it's a go-do assignment, okay? And the first assignment we have to do is get to know yourself. So, I already introduced myself, and you know a little bit about me. So, what you prefer? That I'm going to ask you individual questions? No? Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to do a group session, which is good because you also... I'm pretty sure that if we're going to do this, you are getting to know more about each other in a comfortable way. Let's try it, okay? Okay. You with the camera. Watch it. Okay, what we're going to do is we have to take all the chairs and we take it to the other room. So you take the chair, everybody on that side and you also on that side, okay? Make a little bit of room here in front of me. Alright, so all the chairs go to the back. I think the chairs there can stand, but I also want you as audience to come with me. So leave your work, leave your stuff. I'm important now. And you come to the floor. I want you here also. So stand up. Everybody stand up. Sorry, this is a spontaneous action. Okay. Come, so everybody in the middle. A little bit in the middle. Come, Rosie, come down here. Everybody. Okay. What we are going to do, you have to translate maybe once in a while, is we're going to do a group exercise. And then we know more about each other. So you have to let them go, Darko, because... Okay, I'm going to ask a question. And for yes or no, or you go to the left, the right side, and the left side, but for you it's the other way around. Yeah? So the first thing I'm going to ask to you is, sorry, and the whole idea is to get to know yourself. Okay? The first question, who knows what kind of job he wants to do now?
Which is yes.
Yeah, so if you know what kind of job, you go to this side, and if you don't know what to do, you go to the other side.
All the older guys.
You separate.
Okay. Did we know the question? Yeah? Okay, so what I want to say to you guys, you're not alone. Yeah? No, it's important. Now this is important. I know people who are 40 and still don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm 44, but I don't do.
Even 49.
Yeah, no, but that's okay. So this is what I want you to know. I'm pretty sure that in life you're not always talking about stuff. Sometimes you don't want to talk about very important stuff. But a job, you need to do a job 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, for years, probably till you're 70 or 80. I hope 70.
Thank you.
But why I'm looking at you? So it's pretty important that you get to know yourself, and if you get to know yourself, you probably know what you want to do. But it's okay, because how old are you, Lorenzo? What was your age?
27.
27. Okay. When I was 27, I still didn't know. But this period, 27 till 30, 31, 32, is very important. You have to get to know what to do. You know yourself? What do you like?
I don't know. It's a problem.
Excuse me, I am 54, I changed my mind. I want to take you.
Now, as Lillian says, you can do. It can happen that you do a job, but you don't like the job.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question, just in general? Who wants to be happy? This side. Who wants to be happy? Yeah? Who wants to be happy? Okay. This is good. Okay. This is good. We all want to be happy.
Can I go there?
No, listen.
It's your mind.
The question about what do you want to be when you grow up, or what kind of job you want to do. Important is that you are happy. Yeah. The job is not your life. The job helps you to become happy. It can be that the job is not the greatest job ever, but you get money and you can do stuff and then you're happy. You understand? Or you provide for your family. So a job can be the best thing ever, but it's always an instrument. It can have a lot of value, but it's always an instrument for being happy. Happy is our goal. Then, This is gonna be, I'm gonna formulate it as well in a good manner. Who thinks his life can be better? We're not there yet. Okay, so if you're not there yet, please go to this side of the room. If you think, well, I'm pretty happy, stay there.
Chi è che pensa che la sua vita possa essere migliore? Se pensate che si possa migliorare, invece andare in caffè. Se no, si sente già abbastanza felice da questa parte.
Now listen, if you're happy, you stay there. Although you think you can be happier. If you're happy, stay there. Yeah? But if you're so is already on this side. Can please take knowledge, take account for the fact that I'm also standing on this side. Because I look like really happy and I'm doing my stuff, but I'm still here. So again, what I want to show you, because this is very odd if I have an individual talk with you, or would you, are you happy, etc. But now in a group session, hey, we're having fun, etc. And can I just state again that this side, which is more than half, including me, is not, is so-so. Okay? We're not depressed, are we? No, I'm not going to ask that question. but listen, this is important to know. You're not alone, again. Okay? And it's okay. It's almost impossible to be always happy in your life. There are certain moments in life when you don't have a job or something bad happens in life, and then you're standing on this side. Okay? So this is, again, good to establish that you're not alone and that this is how society is, although and may I remind you that social media is a tool which always shows the best, which is not always the case. But it is a tool to show off and to let the world know, listen, I'm pretty good. So if you do some research, if you think about it, you can start with that. I'm not saying you have to live a fake life, but you can start with thinking about that and also thinking about, okay, how can I move to the more happier side? It's a strategy. I'm just saying that to become more happy, you have to think about it. It doesn't work like that. That's also with social media strategy and getting a job and getting the job you love. And it's also pretty clear that the job you love you don't get like this. You first have to do some other jobs which you don't like that much, and then you get into the job you love. It's probably more hard to explain in Italian than in
You need 5 words in English, you say 100 words in Italian.
Yes.
I like Italian. Okay, we gotta close it down. I have another question. Who uses social media a lot? If you use it a lot, go on that side. If you don't use it or not much, go on that side. Okay, this is also good to know. That means, as regards to personal branding, I mean, I want to make a statement here. I mean, the personal brand is you. Okay, that's me. You're unique. So you don't need social media to personal brand yourself. Okay, because you're already there. But social media is a tool to give exposure to who you are. But you first have to know who you are. How old are you?
29.
29. Somebody younger than 29?
20.
Wow. 17 and?
20.
Okay, so without knowing you, I'm not going to ask anymore. But I think if you're 29, you know more about yourself than if you're 17 or 20.
Or 44.
Hopefully.
Or 44. Yeah, but it's your job. It's your job to know thyself. That's your assignment. Because if you know yourself, you only can be happy. Or you can go to a direction to become happy and to get the job and to do the stuff and to earn and to get what you want. That's what you need to know. It's not me or other people. It's you. Yeah? And it's also normal that if you're 17, you know less about yourself than if you're 29 or 44. Or, yeah. Okay. So then the last thing I want to ask, because we have to continue with other stuff. This is important, because it's all related to your personal brand and the use of social media. Can I ask how many people, if you use Twitter, go to this side, if you don't use Twitter, go to that side.
Allora, da questa parte quelli che usano Twitter.
Wow. Okay. Well, this is good. I like it. No, it's not good. I'm angry. Okay. So I know now. Well, we can go sit and we continue with our lesson. Okay. I educate. I have another trick on my sleeve. So pay attention, because I know if you don't pay attention.
Se non state attenti me ne accorgo.
Another one. Who has his mobile phone?
Chi ha il suo smartphone, il telefono portatile?
We all got internet? We have it? Internet?
Abbiamo internet? Se no vi do la connessione.
This is, I'm not sure, but we are educating and you can sit on your phone also. That's fine with me. Okay, so I'm not going to be angry. I'm not sure what you're going to do the rest of the day, but this is what I want you to do. If you do this with me, you are going to start personal branding, okay? You set up a Twitter account. I'm going to explain, but if you set up a Twitter account, you know how to download the app? You know how to download apps, right? Okay, so I asked you to download the app and to put up a little bio and picture today, so it doesn't have to be during the session, and try to gain 1,000 followers. And I want you to follow me. And I know if you follow me. I know you. I have seen all those tags. And I will inform Andrea that you don't follow me. I have to get 30 followers. 30 new followers. I need. And I'm going to check who they are. Okay. I'm going to explain. Okay? I'm going to explain.
Sto per spiegarvi.
Okay. Important note. In 40 milliseconds, we are able to draw conclusions about people based on the photo. At the moment you come into this room and you look at me, you already have an opinion about me. No, but this is what you need to know. People unconsciously already have an opinion about you, and you cannot, it's just happening as fast as this. So this is 1/10 of a second. Okay, so what's important? I like this picture because this guy is them all. Old, when he is old, when he is 60, when he is 40, and when he is young. Important to know for you again, this picture gives me a good feel. This is a special picture. This is not a normal picture. We cannot do this all. But it's about that pictures are used on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also on Snapchat. But you also have. But it's important to know that this picture, if we go back to what I said, makes an impression to everybody. So also to your potential employer, or to your potential networks, or people you maybe need to get access to a job. So this is what you need to know. LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Yeah? So, be aware that those pictures give an impression about you. Important also to know that 92% of all companies use social media to search for employers and to see if they want somebody. So, and we're not only talking about LinkedIn. So, LinkedIn is a CV up in the air, but they also look at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, doesn't matter. They will look where you are and they have an opinion about you. So, if you throw up in a bar or, that usually doesn't make a good impression. It's nice for your friends, but not for your potential employer. Okay, take a good look at the picture. You see that companies use LinkedIn. So again, LinkedIn. Who's using LinkedIn? If you're using LinkedIn? Nobody? Okay, listen, young people. Listen very carefully. You need to. LinkedIn is a CV. Yeah. So and you need to update it. And this is something. It's not always the case, but it is your CV online. And if you want to work in a digital environment, but also you see that more and more companies use it. So if you don't like it or not, there are only a few companies who doesn't use social media anymore to recruit their people. I know that there is a district thing in Italy going on, which is maybe a little bit different, but it's still networking, and I think you still need to use and be aware of the usage of social media. Okay, you also see, and I am aware that maybe these figures are maybe a bit based on American and North European countries, but you see there's an increase, and social media is relatively new, so you must know that this only will go further. This will increase, so it's important. So I guess that all of you have Facebook. I guess maybe you don't use it that much, but Twitter is the second one or the third one for getting higher. That's why I give you the Twitter assignment. I will put this infographic on my Twitter account. So if you follow me, you get very useful information. I have a lot of followers, but I always will give tips and tricks about, how to act in social media, but also how to get a job, and several topics which I think are interesting for you guys. Okay, so even though you don't give your social media profiles, still employers, probably through Google or Yahoo or whatever, Bing, they will look at you and they will assess you. So, if you're using illegal drugs, they don't like it. They also don't like it in Holland. So. If there's too much use, or it's too sexy, or it's too sexual, they don't like it.
Non gli piacciono I profili troppo provocanti.
If you have discussions on Facebook, getting angry on persons, or make very hard political statements, having discussions like over, they don't like it. And last but not least, this is a good point, but maybe also a bad point, but they can also reject you on something they see on your social media profile which they don't like. But I think that it's good if you don't fit into the cultural space around this company, but it also makes you aware that you have to be very careful what you do with your social media posts, because it's open for everybody. So I know it's nice to post, but you have to be aware that it's very tricky if you want a job or you want to keep a job. So be aware of that. There's a tool called Simple Wash. If you don't like something on the internet, you can remove it with Simple Wash. So watch this app, go and see if you can delete what you don't like. It helps. I think if you are not having so much social media activity, it's good you start on 1 or 2 social media platforms and try to personal brand yourself. So, because if you use too many, it's very hard because it's too much. You need to focus on Facebook, or focus on Twitter, or focus on LinkedIn and Twitter, or because Facebook is being used more privately, I think. And just use a few and then do some research. Because without research you cannot do a good job. I mean, you're not there with only my little class here. So always be aware, internet can break you or make you. Okay, this should, move you. You guys like making selfie?
Wie fate die selfie?
Making a photo about yourself? Yeah? See, I should have asked that question. You missed out. Okay, so there are 7 elements for making a real cool, hot, chill picture. That is, smile with teeth. Okay, so dark colored suits, and light colored buttons down. And so jawline with a shadow, head and shoulders, head to waist. Squinch. You have to squinch. You know what squinching is? It's like this.
Ammiccare.
So this is the Hollywood look, like you always see that they're like looking great. And it's because they don't do this, but they do a little. I have a video about that. This squinch is a word, is made up. It's not an actual word. So
Okay.
so also no sunglasses and asymmetrical position. Asymmetrical is that you can.
Neanche occhiali da sole e così.
You are in balance in the picture, but I will explain later. Okay, let's see if I can go to the video. This is a great video about an American photographer. You have to listen carefully, but he will show you also. It's only a 20-minute video. I will shorten it, but.
Hey guys, my name is Pieter Hurley and I'm a photographer here in New York, and today I'm going to teach you my most incredible tip for looking more photogenic in a camera. It's simply called squinching. And this video is called It's All About the Squinch. It's the second in a video series that I'm doing on looking more photogenic. The first was It's All About the Jaw, and it's gotten like 1 million hits and it's gone crazy, so check it out on my YouTube channel, and that's all about getting your jawline to look good in front of the camera. However, the #1 tip that I have in my arsenal when I am trying to make people look more photogenic for me is squinching. So what the heck is squinching, right? You're like, I've never heard of this before. Well, hopefully you haven't, because I made it up. I'm going to teach you how to squinch today, and I want you to watch this, and I want you to practice in front of the mirror. And if you're a photographer out there, I want you to make your people squinch. And if you're a human being that just wants to look hot or better or more confident in front of the camera, this is going to do it for you. You know why? Confidence comes from the eyes, and so does fear. You ever hear deer in the headlights? You know what people do? I would say 90% of the time when they get in front of a camera, they go like this. Why do we do that? Why? Because we're fearful or we're uncertain. Fear and uncertainty create our eyes to open. Now, I don't walk around in public like this. This is weird, but people do it in front of cameras. So what did I do my entire photography career until I figured out the word squinch? I told them to squint. But squinting isn't it. Here's squinting. That's way crazy. My eyes are gone. They disappear. All right? But squinching is, there is no word for this. I want you to narrow the distance between your lower eyelid and your pupil. Watch this. We're going to squinch now. Ready? Right here. Going from here. You want to squint a little bit, so it is bringing that top lid down just a touch. Don't go crazy, because then it's really squinting. It's not squinting. It's squinting and pinching your lower eyelid. Watch this. Lower lid. So it's my upper's coming down just a touch. Don't go crazy with this. I know you're going crazy with this. Stop that. Real little.
I can't do it.
All right? Just a little down and a big up to pinch that lower eyelid. Get it pinched. Ready? Like this. Just a little bit on the top, a lot on the bottom. All right. So why does that? I have no idea where this came from. I used to model. I don't know how that happened, but I did some modeling. And I remember, how come these guys look cool? I want you to look at celebrities. I want you to check out magazines. Generally, they will all be squinching, which is this. They're not squinting, this is this. And it's not ethnicity based. I'm going to show you some examples of all different ethnicities doing this and why it works, okay? So fear, confidence. With the squinch. Watch the lower lids again. We'll do it again. Right? That's the deal. Now let's get scientific on you. I'm going to get a little scientific here. There's a muscle that surrounds your eye. It's called the orbicularis oculi. So it closes your eye tight and it creates squinching. It's like this, squinting. It creates squinting. So it goes around your eye like this, right? If you want to close it tight. To do that lower lid little pinch, there's a palpebral ligament that runs across the bottom of your eye, and you just lift it up a little bit. So that's all you're doing. You're hitting that palpebral ligament. So don't tell me you can't do this. You have the ligament. You just have to teach yourself to do it. And you do it anyway. You just do it when you're not in front of a camera. Once you take conscious control of it, your brain covers it. You walk around in public, you don't have to think about this. It's when you're in front of the camera and you take conscious control of your eyes that you have to hit this stuff. How do you think those celebrities and models do it? I used to do it. You can do it. You ready? I'm giving you this as a gift. You're going to look awesome. All right? Here are some examples. All right? I want you to check this out. Check out squinching. I'm going to bring in my buddy from It's All About the Jaw, Caravan, and we're going to show you some examples of my work where we got some squinching going on. All right, people? Check it out, and we'll get a real shebang out of you with it. Come on. Okay, guys, so look, I had to bring in Caravan. He did It's All About the Jaw with me. He did a phenomenal job. He's a professional at squinching, so I had to bring him in to illustrate my point. Say hi, Caravan. Hello. Okay, so here we go. Now, I just want you to go normal, relaxed eye. Just look in the camera with a normal, relaxed eye. Okay? Now, I want you to do what most human beings do when they look in the camera. Absolutely. Here in the headlights. Go bigger. There you go. Now, relax. Not your whole body. You don't need to, like, tremble. Now, I want you to go relax. Now, I want you to throw in a squinch. Throw it in there. Yes, sock it to him. You ready? Now, show him the palpebral ligament. Show it to him. Come on, give him the palpebral ligament. There you go. There it is. You see that? He's got it. He's on the move. Come on. Bring it in for a landing. You got it? Bring your nose slightly towards me. Give him a little jawline action at the same time. We're going to double it up here. Guys, so it's all about the squinch, and I brought in Karaman here just to do that. So thank you very much, Karaman.
All right.
Go big guys one more time. Don't do that, people!
Non passero.
Okay, you like? Yeah? You ever heard of that?
No.
So it's useful?
What else?
Yeah?
Può essere utile? One question?
Yes, I have experience with this photo shooting everything as I'm a musician. So I think that my band is the worst band considering this and everything, because they surprise you while you're playing. You can concentrate to speaking and for playing and everything. But I know for this thing I never realized it's so much important. But the best pictures online are where I'm screenshot or where I'm tired or something. So I know about that, but I will research this thing.
Oh, well, it's interesting. I mean, you can.
It's easy when you are relaxed, but in several occasions, so.
No, but it is. I mean, it is maybe a bit stupid, but I'm going to say it anyway. You can, practice in your room or something like, and just on your own a little bit. Just.
You can move all your muscles in his face because of training.
Potete esercitarvi nella vostra stanza.
Maybe I will resign and start training in for 7 to 8 hours.
Okay, so what did I do? I got a picture and we're gonna check if everything is chill. Okay, let's do it. Okay. This is, I think, a man. So this is good. Front camera. He smiles with teeth. Dark colored suit, light colored button downs. It's dark colored, but it's not a suit. So
Stop talking this.
jawline with shadow. Well, you see, head, shoulders, head to waist photo. This is a selfie, eh? This is actually a selfie made by the chick. He's squinching. Well, he got big eyes, but he's squinching. Asymmetrical composition, no. But okay. And unobstructed eyes. No sunglasses. Okay, so go back to, because about picture, I'm saying it again, is very important, because it's the first impression. So, there are 4 keys. This guy Kawasaki has also some factors in this, so I will also put this on the Twitter account so you can go into the article. I mean, everything I'm telling you here is not from me, I just get it from the internet. Okay, it's not my own. I try to. So, as regards to profile pictures, only your face. No families, no dogs. Usually also no logos, but I mean not a very dominant logo. Asymmetrical. So use the rule of thirds to create your profile picture. That means that if you have a profile picture like that, it has to cover all the lines, vertical and horizontal. If you have that, then it's a good picture. So you know probably this one. You have to face the light. So in front of you, at least 600 pixels. I'm not sure, but most of the cameras can do that. There's done a scientific research. It means that for a woman, the greatest effects are known when they're looking like this towards the camera. So not like that, but just straight. And for a man, it's more like this. I don't know why, but it's scientifical. Scientifical means a lot of volumes. So the test groups gave better views to men looking like this and women looking like this. So they had a different profile picture. Okay, then what also came out of this, this is coming back a little bit, there are 3 features which will determine if they like you. That is, 1, if you're approachable. 2, if you're not too dominant. And some youthful attractiveness, which doesn't mean you have to be young. Okay? So, about approachability, this is more like if you see somebody and you think, does this person want to harm me? If you don't have a good view, that's not good. So you always have to think about that. Is it also the sexual content, and this is for the women, too sexy? Not good. Because then you have unsubconsciously they are getting things are rolling which is not going to help you to get a job. So this is also what you need to think about. And this is also the youthful attractiveness. Might this person be a good romantic partner of a rival? Which is always hard, and then you have competition on the wrong layer. You need to be a competitor on the labor market, not as regards to relationships. That's Tinder. Okay, we're almost there, so don't fall asleep. Just to show you the pictures from left bad to right best. As regards to approachability, youthful attractiveness and dominance. So this is what, on the right side you see every time the best picture. I don't know if you can do something about it, but you can, try for the mirror or something, I don't know. But this is also from the scientific article. by the way.
Questo-
Okay, we're gonna. This is, of course, not a picture which I just showed you. This is also the paradox of social media, that it's not always the same thing. But now we're coming back to uniqueness. So this guy made a photo. It's pretty excellent, right? And so I wanted to show you, because this sticks into your mind. And if you use, nobody can do this again. So this is really nice. And so you can, if you download PhotoGrid, or this is also an app, you can also, try already work around a bit for making pictures. Or usually your iPhone or your mobile has some other features like Zoe, or doesn't really matter, which makes you, in which you can create photos. So this stands out, and this makes you different. Again, if people don't understand you, that's not good. So the difference has to be in a good manner, not in not understanding. This is also a unique photo. So what you have here is a person who probably, you see who it is, and she also has connected her environment, so where she lives, with her photo, which is also very interesting and also stands out. Okay? And this is, again, I want to state to you guys that it's important that you understand that you are unique and that you are your personal brand and that it has impact. No matter what you do, if you do something, it has impact in real life and on social media. This is, you have to show that you work with other people. I mean, the brand I doesn't mean you only talk about yourself, because that's also stupid. We don't like people only talking about themselves. Okay, so you need to interact with other people and tell something about other people, and then sometimes you're there too, But only talking about yourself is boring. So, and it's also good, I mean, everybody has a network, but it's good to get endorsements. So, just a tip, a little bit of advice. I mean, you don't have to say you like this class, but if you say, if you're on Twitter and you said, I liked this personal branding, then you have a dialogue, because I say, thank you for coming, or you are there and people know that, she's or he is interacting and he wants to be, he does something on the internet. So what you need to do, you need to display, you need to show that you're interested in certain topics, that you like football or you like music. But also, if that's the case, you connect it to also things you want to be as a professional, or you are interested in as a job. So you need to connect something you really, really like, and in my case is that football, with my consultancy work, and that I'm in a lot of countries. This is what comes back always in my social media profile, that I'm all over the place, that I like football, and that I'm doing stuff on youth employability, social media, and youth employment. So it's also important that you then, look at what you target, and that you, if you like some kind of profession or some kind of job, that you look at which people are disseminating a lot of stuff about that job, that you are interacting with them. So stay close to them, so they will notice you. They will not respond straight away, but you will know that they will know you. Because if you respond, they see your picture, or they see you passing by, and they see you tweet. So this is important to know. Okay, so what is important? There's only one time that you can make a good first impression. Only one time. Okay? So make sure you do it well. You do it good. And there are a few mistakes made as regards to making social media profiles. And one of the biggest mistakes made is that people don't think. So they just do. You always have to think what you do. I mean, even though you cross the street every day, it's not like that if there's a street you just go. You always look. That's the same thing with social media. You always have to think. And you make sure that later, because of all the research you did, you will probably already know when something is coming, but then still you have to be aware that a car is coming. And same thing with social media. Be sure that you invest in yourself if you go and do something with social media, because nobody can do it like that. I mean, you have to practice. This is with everything you want to do good. Okay, what you never should do, that's also if you want to do something good, don't create too many platforms. So only do 1 or 2. This is my advice. Only do maybe Facebook and Twitter, or Instagram and Twitter, or Instagram and Facebook, or only focus on a few. And of course you can watch what other people do. I mean, if you want to set up a Twitter account, I'm not saying that my Twitter account is the best, but you can look and see what I do and how I brand myself. But it's me. You have to do something else. But you can see how I brand. That I use the color blue, black, that I always have the same kind of picture, always talk about the same topics. It is consistent. And you see me always on every platform with the same picture. If I change the picture, it will be changed everywhere. I'm not having pictures, that's always with women. They do other pictures everywhere on every platform. That's not good, because people don't know you straight away. They think you're somebody else because you have your hair different. So you're not memorable. They see maybe every time a nice woman or somebody who is good at the business, but they don't know it's the same. That's the same thing with the men, of course, but I only say that women changes their pictures a lot, which is not always good, which doesn't give you a good personal branding. What you never should do, I mean, I know that there are people who say they can help you out with your social media account, or that you pay for followers. Never do that, because it's not you, and it's wasted money, because you don't get the good followers. It's a waste of money. Don't pay for followers. This is the last sheet, so don't worry. Sharing too much is not good, but it depends a little bit. Twitter you can share a lot. That's normal, because you don't have to read everything on Twitter. But on Facebook, usually 1 or 2 posts. Instagram, maybe 1 post a day, not too much. Same thing with LinkedIn. LinkedIn, maybe 1 or 2 posts a week, not more. If you do too much, you lose people. People are getting irritated. They don't want you to hang out all the time on the platform. They want to choose and to pick. Also very important is that you check if you write something that is not with spelling mistakes. So check what you write, because it's stupid if it's always all red and you're not writing well. So check if you post something, even if it's just a sentence, check, recheck, and if it's not good, delete it and do it again. I know you have to take time for it. Don't do something. It's the same thing if you just flap out something into a conversation. I mean, you think about it if you do something. And our last thing is that you have to be responsive. So it's not like if somebody tweets, you have to retweet every time, or if somebody has a Facebook that you have to like directly. But you have to like, or you have to retweet, or if somebody mentions you, you have to respond, unless it's very bad language or something. Then you don't have to respond, because then it doesn't. You better ignore. But you have to be responsive. If you're not responsive, you must not be on social media. Okay, so this is again. I said it before. Do research. Know thyself. If you know yourself, you know which way you're going, and then think about how you're going to use the social media. It's your little assignment. It's not my assignment to you, but it's something you need to do, because if you know yourself, you also know which direction you have to go, and you also know how to use your social media strategies and how to personal brand yourself. It is like it's ready, aim, fire, and a lot of times people fire and they were not ready and they didn't aim. So you start with being ready to take a shot, and then you aim, and then you fire. This is how it goes with social media, or also with branding yourself. Think about who you are. What are your best sides, your strengths? And of course you also have some weaknesses. That doesn't matter. And try to personal brand yourself. And you can maybe use this link, brandyourself.com, how it works. I think it's free, but if you have to pay, I never pay, so if you have to pay, then sorry about that, then don't do it. But I think it's free, so you can connect and you get some help on how to brand yourself. I'm finished. The only thing, maybe there are some questions.
Qualcuno ha delle domande?
Nothing? Then I have a question.
Lui ha una domanda per se stesso.
I want, because I'm also branding, I want to make a picture with all of you there and me in front of the group. So I have another background picture. I like it.
Vorrei fare una foto con tutti noi nello sfondo e lui davanti perché gli piace molto e fa parte comunque anche quello di un marchio personale.
So that's the last group exercise. Yeah?